Welcome. My name is Jim Cavanaugh. I'm County Commissioner, and it's my pleasure to invite you all to the Douglas County West Campus offices. We are a work in progress, as you'll be able to see once we get going, but you're here at the dawn of a new era in county government, and we're recognizing the progress that Douglas County has made since 1854, when it was founded in a small building down on the Missouri River, to 2017, where we're here not that far from the center of population of what is today Douglas County. And recognizing that progress, we are bringing county government and county services to the people. And so our West Campus project here is an example of how we hope to serve the 21st century population of Douglas County better and closer to home. We are joined by Douglas County Commissioner Mark Kraft, hello Mark, and Douglas County Treasurer John Ewing, who will be speaking to us in a moment. Clerk of the District Court, John Friend. The Emergency Management Agency Director, Paul Johnson. Paul. From 911, Kathy Allen and Kyle Kramer. Doug Cook from Environmental Services. And Deputy Chief John McCormick from the Omaha Fire Division. All of these entities are stakeholders in this great project. Many of them you will see and hear from today, but as we move into the future, and Douglas County Clerk Dan Esch. As we move into the future, this facility and this campus is going to provide us with a full array of county and city services to serve the growing population of our metropolitan area. What we have today is an overview of the first phase of that, and the progress on the West Campus is a direct result from the passage of the public safety bond last fall. Douglas County promoted and the voters approved, and it allows us to do this next step in county government without a mill levy increase. Let me say that again. It allows us to do this important next step in the 21st century Douglas County government without an increase in the mill levy. And that's in large part due to the hard work of all the members of the Douglas County team who have been fiscally responsible for a long time and have earned us a AAA bond rating that allows us to go to the bond market rather than the property tax owners of Douglas County in order to finance this magnificent project. We have here our Director of Public Properties, Jerry Leahy, who's an overall management of this multifaceted project that is not only this building and this campus, but the downtown Douglas County Correction Center and that campus, and the first responders, ably represented here by the Omaha Fire Division's representative and the Douglas County Sheriff's representative, who will be receiving much needed new emergency communications equipment to, in part, interface with our totally new 911 center, which will be state-of-the-art and absolutely cutting-edge facility. And we'll give you a little bit of a tour after we're done here to see the before picture. But I hope that you've received some of the information that Jerry Leahy has made available today, which gives you a view of the after picture and how really magnificent this is going to look. We're going to spend a lot of money, but not too much, and we're going to bring this project in on time and on budget. And so what you're going to see today, as I indicated, is the before version, what you have in your hand, and what you see up here are some of the after versions. And in the packet that you have, you see a timeline which will indicate to you that hopefully sometime the second half of 2018, we'll have you all back here for a celebration and ribbon cutting. I can't guarantee that we'll have a day quite as nice as today, because the fall of 2018 is balmy as August of 2017. But I can promise you that it's going to be a great celebration when we cut the ribbon on the second. We're going to hear from Jerry Leahy on the overview. I would like to, first of all, ask John Ewing, our Douglas County Treasurer, to say a few words. John is a great example of the forward-looking attitude of Douglas County elected officials who've made this project possible. John's office plays a vital role in effective Douglas County government, and the idea when it came up that we would have this campus available was something that John embraced, and I'm going to let him tell you about the great services that he and the Douglas County Treasurer's Office are going to bring to Western Douglas County. John Ewing.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. And Jim's right, we really wanted to be part of this project. We think it's a great opportunity to serve the citizens of Western Douglas County more effectively and be where the center of population is for Douglas County. It also gives us an opportunity to contribute to this project by eliminating our lease at 108th and Maple and giving the opportunity to contribute that money to repayment of the bond. So we're excited about being able to contribute to the project fiscally as well. So we believe it's a great opportunity for the citizens of Douglas County overall, but certainly for the citizens of Western Douglas County. What this project will allow us to do is really continue our move into the 21st century as we look at technology. We brought a lot of technology into the office with online registration renewals, registrations over the telephone, as well as being able to provide services over the telephone as well. And what we're going to do with this facility and then be able to incorporate it throughout the rest of our footprint as well is we're going to start with a queuing system which will allow people to be able to get in line online or when they come into the office rather than the traditional standing in line and waiting for services. And I've seen that in action in a lot of other places around the country, and what happens is people will be able to be notified by their telephone when it's time for them to come in, and rather than standing in line, they'll be able to be notified, come in, get services, and then get on about their day, which is the way government should work. And we've always tried to look at how we can make government work more effectively. One of my favorite lines is, I love happy people, and happy people don't stand in line, so we're going to see what we can continue to do to reduce those wait times and keep people from standing in line. We're also going to be able to look at things like trying to see if we can, since we're not going to be housed with the Department of Motor Vehicles anymore, see if we can look at extended hours and other things that will allow us to be able to provide services for those people who work during the hours that we're traditionally open now. So we're going to be able to take and utilize the people that we have today more effectively to provide services for people when they need those services. So we're excited about that opportunity to serve the citizens and meet them where they're at rather than them having to come to us. We're going to continue to look at technology any way we can. This gives us just one more opportunity to serve those citizens with the technology that's out there. We're excited to be part of this project and look forward to being able to call this home in the very near future. So thank you all of the partners in Douglas County for allowing us to be a part of this project as well. Thank you, John. And
that's a good example of the cooperation that we've had between the Douglas County Board and our various departments and the elected officials represented today by Douglas County Treasurer, Douglas County Clerk, and Clerk of the District Court, John Ewing, Dan Esch, and John Friend. Thank you for your cooperation and help on this. We couldn't have done it without you. You're going to see in the first page of your packet here, well, actually, the first page will give you an example of what this exterior will look like in a year's time. And to give you, a real good look, if you look over here, the windows that are on this building compared to the windows that are on this building, give you a quick before and after look at what the exterior will look like. In addition to that, the brickwork will all be tuck pointed and sidewalks will be repaired. Landscaping will be done throughout the campus. We look forward to having a first-rate, modern office complex here when we get done. The first page on the inside is a timeline, which what we've got is a limited amount of time and a limited amount of money, and we're going to use them both wisely. So our mantra from the beginning has been on time and on budget, and if we can beat either one of those, it will be ahead of time and under budget. But at this point, we are, as you can see, well on the line to meet our on-time component, and I think that the same can be said of the budget from the contracts that I know about to date. That said, I'd like to bring Jerry Leahy up, the Director of Douglas County Public Properties, who will be honchoing this project and has been for years working with this campus to make it available for us to make the next generation of Douglas County government a reality here in the 21st century. Jerry?
Let me just go back and do a little history on the development of the Fitzgerald home. We had the master plan to do, which ended up being in phases, the development of the west wing of the Fitzgerald home and the remainder of the Fitzgerald home for four other county departments. So really, when this is completed, we'll have 5 departments within this building. And I think once it's developed, we'll have no other citizens and department heads who would like to join out of this campus. But let me say this about the West Wing. We were in the era of the Great Recession, and we had a master plan to develop out here. And the economy didn't allow us to move forward with even consideration of the bond. So we went into a mode of lots of meetings with the sheriff's office, knowing that they were sitting on a lot of forfeiture drug monies that could be utilized to develop the West Wing. So that's what we did. And I visited with a few of the folks today from CSI and K9, and I see them quite often. They've never been so more pleased than the development of that West Wing. So now I have the sheriff on the West Wing, and I have the Douglas County Treasurer on the East Wing, formerly Deputy Chief John Ewing, so we're well protected. I feel very comfortable there. But before I get to the timeline, I'm going to turn it over to Jeff to deal with it. Timelines are tricky, but let me say this about that. We had an election in November in the past. We had meetings with the architects in December. We knew where we wanted to go. We just had to get there with permission and with funding. And we hit the ground running January 17. Finance Director Joe Lorenz had to raise the funds by selling the bonds. So we really didn't have any money until February. So we've progressed, I think, a long way. August 1 of this year, we've now gone out to bid. project out here. One is remediation. I'll show you a room in there that shows the remediation after the removal of the asbestos pile. That was done purposely to get that out of the way before the general contractor came in. That general contractor was awarded the bid on this project August 1, 2017. As you can imagine, attorney reviewed the contract. Here we are on the 29th. We have the award. We have contractors on board as of today. Actually, last week. Houseman Construction, and Joe from Houseman is going to be the superintendent. He cannot get in here fast enough to start demolition of the remainder of this building. So, let me walk through a little bit about the Department of Completion. And it's all to do with, I'm going to focus on the communications center. So when we go in here,
Hold your mic up.
So, first level is 911 communication center. It's going to be where I'm going to take this today. This is going to be developed, and I'm going to be able to go down all of the treasures, spaces, and times of the let's just say debris from years of vacancy and years of actually donating to the sheriff's office and other agencies in the county to training and social communication. So, with that, let me step over here and show you. This would be a virtual. No.
Jerry.
No. You have to hold it close. But, I mean, when you see what's in there now, when you see what it looks like when it's completed, this would be the look. And I wasn't going to say this, but I can't resist it. Because people don't want to build walls. We're going to build a wall in cases like no one has ever seen in a 911 center. There's been so much planning on this development. Our architects, Chris Jansen from Cali Pointer, Bob Tuca from Carlson West, the Vonder teamed up to be the architect on this project. We got the best that we could get for the building that we wanted to develop, and this is going to become the reality. And you can visual. And the 911 operator, this in the other building was give out rooms. And actually got to be very old condition. So that will all be upgraded as part of that bond issue. And it's just a more comfortable situation for employees that are going to be out here. You can see what the Rogers is in situation. And, you know, walking yes, we're out in the county, but still county government at its best. So,
You're cutting out again. Jerry, it's still cutting out. All right. I don't want to miss a word, Jerry.
That's true. Those columns will be with, and that will be and then you'll see some of the things that we focus on with the 911 directors, a couple of them, along with Kathy Allen, a long time 911 employee and current deputy director of 911. But the natural light is so important, correct?
Yeah.
Just, you can imagine what those operators go through when they get those calls. We've had a few that were, you know, not good situations. And it's very tough on those operators to have just gone through that process, and it couldn't have happened tragedy. And they'll have no choice to get away here within this complex to kind of get back and do it again. So that's mission here to complete this. I'm going to give this to Jeff. Jeff.
Thanks, Jerry. Well, that gives you, kind of an overview. I want to draw your attention to one other thing in the packet. Douglas County Officers West Campus, it recaps the square foot per component. But if you see in the final column, the lease/owned, and we've been joined by Commissioner P.J. Morgan, who knows more about leasing and owning than all of us combined. You see what we are doing in terms of saving the county money. We are getting out of leases because we own this place, and we are going to be able to surplus and sell some properties that we do own, as John Ewing indicated, including his satellite office, that will help fund the bond repayment. So this project is really good on a variety of levels, but it shows solid fiscal strategic policy in the area of using our resources the best we can. As I indicated, we are joined by Commissioner P.J. Morgan. P.J., I don't know if you'd like to say a couple of things. You okay? Okay. Thanks for coming out. This is, as I indicated, before view of, as Jerry's shown you, what's going to be some really nice after facilities. The folks at 911, I'm sure, stick around, would be happy to take you over and show you their overcrowded facility. I know that we are going to have a brief tour of some of this facility because I was out here the other day and they were busy cleaning it up so that we wouldn't get a lawsuit from people that take a couple of steps inside the door. But as Jerry indicated, the asbestos abatement and removal has already commenced, and so the first steps of this project are well underway. I would be remiss, and I would be called on this by our Douglas County Clerk, if I did not indicate that this is an official administrative services committee of the Douglas County Court, and as such, is subject to the open meeting laws of the state of Nebraska, a copy of which are there in the hand of our Douglas County Clerk, Jan, for all of those, and you'll have to make a line, who want to read those at your leisure before you leave here today. So I think that I've got that checked out now. Thank you. We have just a couple more things. As Jerry indicated, there's going to be a little more in-depth briefing. Jeff, you're here. There you are. Come on up. Jeff is going to give us a little more in-depth briefing on some of the construction aspects of this design, and I'll turn it over to him. As everybody knows, there's a lot of effort that goes into design, construction of any project. And we teamed up with Allie Pointer Macedo, Carlos Servanda. We started in January. They conducted a site investigation. We came out and looked at the building, looked at all the nooks and crannies to try to figure out what needed to be done to have the best project. Then we met with all the entities that were going to be in this facility, and that's called the programming stage. That took a little effort. We went back and forth. We went into schematic drawings and contract drawings along with the entities that are in this facility. And we came to one great project, which we bid and awarded to House and Construction. In the meantime, we did do the asbestos abatement. We knew that needed to be done, so we just wanted to get that object out of the way early. And with that, I hear loud and clear we're going to be on time and under budget from the commissioners, and we'll hopefully do that. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, we're going to have a tour. We're going to go right through this door. We're going into the 911 space, which are these three pictures here. So you'll get a look at the existing settings of what's taking place now. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. So, in keeping with the fact that we are an official meeting of the Administrative Services Committee of Douglas County Board, this is not just a presentation, but it's also a Q&A. And if anyone here, starting with my fellow commissioners, has any questions, we'd be happy to entertain those at this point and do our best to answer them. Commissioner Morgan, perhaps? Anything? Okay. And that throws it open to the wider audience. I know that some of our friends from the press might have a question or two, but we'd be happy to answer those.
Yes, Mr. Kavanaugh, could you talk to me about the importance of maintaining elements of this building? It's historic and it's beautiful in many respects. You preserved it well over here on the outside. What are you trying to preserve on this side? Bricks, roof, tiles? What are you doing and why?
Good question, Brandon. Thank you. Yes, and it's intentional. We are trying to preserve the best and build the rest. So what you see here is a building that was made in 1929, and it is solid. You'll see when you go in, the poured rock floors, that they don't make them like that anymore. So when we looked at options, it was prohibitive on our budget to build a facility like this. And Commissioner Morgan knows a lot more about the cost per square foot of new construction versus rehab, but we eyeballed that long and hard. And the aesthetics are also something that we took into consideration. I mean, look at this and look at the campus. This is a prime piece of real estate, kind of unique in this area. When I was a kid, my father was a county commissioner, and we used to come out here. This was way out in the country, and this is one of the few areas of this part of town that still kind of preserves that wide open spaces. It's got an enormous campus of, like I said, prime real estate, which will be meticulously landscaped and restored. And it'll actually be the perfect setting for this building, which, when we get done, is going to be a prime piece of West Omaha real estate, and hopefully we will be able to relocate yet more county offices and functions. We're operating under the principle that we work for you. That's actually Dan Esch's office motto, and we take that to heart. And working for you, the people of Douglas County, we're interested in preserving the best that we have and improving it for the next generation. And this 1929 facility, which will be, when we're done, a state-of-the-art 2018 facility, is a good example of what we're trying to do there. And thanks for that question, because it's intentional, and we're going to try to preserve as much of the character. You see tile roofs and mature trees, all of these things, money can't buy. You couldn't replicate this, certainly not on the budget that we have. So we look forward to showing you in a year's time what we can do with 21st century technology and some fine mid-early 20th century architecture and grounds. Thanks. Anyone else?
Could you also walk us through the need for this 911 center? We were over there a little bit earlier. It is cramped. It is older. Could you just sort of walk us through what it's like over there and why we need to update it?
I can do better than that. I'd ask Kathy or Kyle or whoever representing the 911 to come out and give us just a quick thumbnail of the need. It is a pressing need, and I am lucky to get my smartphone to work. My smartphone's way smarter than I am. These guys know the technology and are in a much better position to give you that. Kyle Kramer with the 911 office has been there some time. 16 years. 16 years, and knows the place top to bottom, front to back. So obviously,
I guess I'm a little loud on that. Obviously, our 911 center has been in place for a long period of time with no expansion. So as the city of Omaha and Douglas County population has increased, and even the number of users with cell phones, our call load has increased drastically. So the number of employees required to answer the phone and the technology required to, for instance, find a cell phone have changed drastically since the 911 center was moved to this campus. The other thing that is driving our need is the expansion of a 5th precinct for Omaha Police. Expansion with Omaha Fire, if they get to the point where we are using more dispatchers to monitor things that are happening on active fire scenes, we have nowhere to put additional dispatchers at this time. So our building is just basically run out of space. There's no room to add technology. There's no room to add people. And it could use some rehabilitation in that facility also, which is obviously you can't do in a fully functional 911 center. So hopefully that answers your question.
And can you tell us what you're looking forward to getting over here? These pictures are stunning. What are you looking forward to getting over here?
Well, the biggest thing that we're looking for is to have room to hold the technology that we're going to need as 911 moves forward. There's something out there called Next Generation 911. So Next Generation 911 means that instead of just answering a telephone call, you do things like text messaging, which we do at this time. We've just added that within the last couple of years. But it also means that you'll have technology coming in where people can send additional information from their smartphone, whether it's pictures, videos, things of that nature, better mapping applications. If we are going to be able to utilize that, we have to have enough space for our call takers and our dispatchers to view that. So as you can see by some of the furniture pictures, there's room for multiple displays in front of every one of our positions to where they can actually utilize additional information coming in, and so you can have additional staff that can interpret some of that intelligent messaging that's coming in, whether it's is it something embedded in a video of an accident or something of that nature. You'll have room for staff that can support that. And right now, there's no room to add additional staff to do those functions.
Kyle? Along those lines, we have other stakeholders from the public safety community, and I'm really proud and happy to see this because this is not only interdepartmental, inter-office, but it's intergovernmental as well. When I said Dan Esch's motto is "We work for you," mine is "Working together, we can do better." And we have here a representative of the Omaha Fire Division, Chief McCormick. I appreciate it, John, if you come up and just say a few words, because they're an integral part of this overall public safety bond package as well. And some of the communication upgrades that will help the public safety heroes that serve our community, serve us better, are going to be in the Omaha Fire Division and surrounding fire divisions and police departments. John, thanks for coming.
As a fire department, we need calls to make safe people, and that's what the dispatchers do. And that without them, we're not going to get calls for service. So we're really supportive of what they need out here as far as the technology and the dispatchers and things like that. We're hoping with our portion of the bond, the fire station alerting, that will help them out. With fire station alerting will allow them to have be able to stack calls, dispatches faster, and allow citizens to get our resources there faster in a timely manner. So we really appreciate the fact that the community supports this. We support what is going on out here. We think dispatchers and the communication center do a wonderful job. So that's where we stand at this point.
Thank you, John. And, this is a great example. John works for the mayor, and we're Douglas County, and there are other cities and governmental entities in Douglas County all pulling together on this. We're not getting hung up on jurisdictional lines, or we just want to do the best job that we can for everybody. Minutes save lives. Minutes save lives. And this facility and what John's indicated that we're going to do in the fire stations throughout this community are going to make the response time between that crucial phone call to 911 and one of our brave first responder heroes showing up to help that much shorter. And that's going to save lives. That's what this is really all about. We're taking an old facility and making it new. We're taking old technology, changing it for new technology, and we're taking old modes of government and consolidating it into new modes of government. So, as I said at the beginning, welcome to the 21st century of Douglas County government. Thank you all for coming. And I think if Jerry and Jeff are going to lead you in, you want to stay close to them. I mean, this place, when I said you're going to get a before picture, okay, well, squint your eyes because this is definitely a before picture. So thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And you got a chance, go check it out.
Jerry, are you going to warn them about it being haunted?